Greetings once again out there, YouTubers. Here's another one of my tutorials here for you. I was a little busy last week, so I had to take some time off from the videos, but I'm back with some more here. I'm going to answer a couple questions here people have had. I've asked me about, a few times, people have asked me about what cards they should use for tricks. Unless you're going to be a real serious card worker, the truth is it doesn't make a lot of difference. But I will tell you, if you want the very best cards you can get, these are what you want, and this is what the professionals recommend, and I have to agree. I'd say the Tally-Ho cards from the U.S. Playing Card Company. These are a little harder to find than your average cards. They're a little more expensive too, but they handle better. They have a nicer finish. So if you just want the very best cards, this is what you get. But again, these aren't really necessary unless you're, trying to be real serious about your card magic or whatever. I don't even use these that often myself, to be honest, because they're hard to find and more expensive. For the most part, regular old bicycle cards are just fine. These you should be able to find just about anywhere. There's, at least in the United States, I know. Overseas, I'm not sure how available these are. They might be just as common overseas. I actually don't know. But in the U.S., at least, I know these should be available just about anywhere. And they're pretty cheap, about $2 or $3 a pack. And they're fairly durable. You won't have to burn through a lot of decks unless you're tearing up cards a lot. The only thing you want to watch out for is if you've got some kind of goofy cards like these from the zoo or something that are novelty cards. They can be a little hard to work with. These are not poker size also, which can feel a little awkward. But it doesn't make a lot of difference what cards you use, to be honest. But for this video, I've had several people asking, rather than a trick, I'm going to show you a good basic flourish. Alright, and this is the Charlier cut, which is the basic one-handed cut. Looks like that. It helps for this if you have big hands, but it's not actually necessary. You can do this even with smaller hands. It just may not be quite as easy. Basically, you just want to hold the cards out at the tips of your fingers like this. What you want to do is, you're holding it just with these three. Just kind of roll your thumb forward a little bit and let, until about half the cards fall out. It's, it's just an estimate. It doesn't have to be very precise. So you're holding them like this. At this point, you want your index finger is going to push up, right, like that. So this bottom packet comes up. So it gets to that point. When you get to here, you're going to have to lift your thumb a little bit to allow this packet to fall down, and then you'll retract your index finger at the same time. And just kind of close and square it up, like that. That was a very detailed explanation. Don't try and think about it too much when you're doing it, about all the individual little steps. You just kind of, you get the basic idea of the motion and just kind of do it. And it will take a little practice before you can get this down without dropping cards, but it's fairly easy to do the basic cut once you have some practice at it, and you can start doing it fairly quickly. If your hand is too small to get it all the way into this position and still hold everything, what you can do is, once you get the cards about halfway up, you can lift your thumb and just let this packet rest against the edge of this packet, and they'll sit there just like that once you get about halfway up, and you can just push up with your index finger until they fall in place, and just kind of square them up. You can also do that even if you have bigger hands, if you just find it easier to take your thumb off there. Once you have the basic one down, there's a couple other things you can do with this. This is a little harder, but you can let a smaller one go, raise it up, kind of regrip, and let a second one fall. And so you're doing like a triple cut. That's a little harder to do, and you kind of do need to have a fairly good sized hand for that, because you have to keep all those packets in place. Or this is like the book version, they call it, is let that fall over and flip this like that, and then flip the whole thing back over. It's just a slight variation on the original one. Personally, I don't like that one because it looks like you messed up, but some people say that that's a variation you can do. So there's a couple variations on that. Just kind of work on this. It will take a little bit to get it down, but it's, you know, it looks fairly impressive once you've got it down. And honestly, it really is not that hard. You just need to practice it a little bit. So impress some people with that and have fun.